It's going to bring some rain showers, even some storms, and it's not going to be as warm as the past couple of days. So today, maybe not the best part of our weekend, but still some dry time that we can manage. Temperatures are going to stay in the 70s for our highs, but we are tracking some showers and the potential for some storms. Radar and satellite shows the shower activity just knocking on our door within parts of western Worcester County for now. Most of us still dry, though, right? Temperatures are starting out in the 60s, so it's a mild start. 68 in Boston, 65 in Worcester, and our dew points are still in that manageable range. So dew points still in the upper 50s, right near 60 degrees. It doesn't feel too bad as you step outside. Within the next hour or so, we're going to have more of these showers overspreading Worcester County. And by the time we get to 9, 10 o'clock, it's reaching parts of the coast. So showers are still going to be with us midday and then into the early afternoon. I think once we get to about 2 o'clock or so, we're clearing things out. But we're not done with any of the showers or potential for some downpours. There's still some isolated chances as we go through the rest of the day. The overall theme, though, is that we're just going to trend drier once we get past 2, 3 o'clock. Temperatures really staying in the 70s through this morning into the early afternoon, and then into this afternoon, that's when we bump up into the mid to upper 70s. Get ready for the heat and humidity. They're returning by tomorrow. We'll talk about that hot forecast ahead. Umbrella. We do have some showers, the chance for some isolated thunderstorms around. This is mainly going to impact us through the early afternoon time frame, but there's still an isolated chance for a downpour that comes through for the rest of the day. Tomorrow, it's back to the heat and humidity, and we're going to keep that humidity around for the last week of July, and then August by Friday is going to start off pretty nice, and that'll continue to be nice into next weekend. But here's what's going on right now. Radar and satellite shows scattered showers moving in across western Mass, and now the eastern fringe of this batch of moisture is just now making its way into parts of Chester County as well as Worcester County. So pretty light for the moment. And we zoom out for a wide picture. You can see this widespread bulk of the moisture right now pushing into western Mass, but then behind this across New York State down into Pennsylvania, still some leftover scattered showers, and that's what's going to bring the chance for some downpours as we go later throughout the day. We look at our current temperatures. We're all starting out mild in the 60s. It's currently 68 in Boston, 65 in Worcester, and our dew points aren't too bad. It feels pretty good as you step outside this morning with dew points in that comfy to muggy feel in the upper 50s near 60 degrees, but that's going to be changing over the next 24 hours. The wind is currently out of the southwest. It is not overly strong. I think there'll be a tad bit of a southwest breeze throughout this afternoon. As we look at our future forecast over the next couple of hours, these showers continue to push east right around 9 o'clock within parts of Metro West, pushing closer to the coast by 10. Here's midday, so you can see we're under this batch of showers. There's that potential for some downpours where you can see the brighter colors. And as we get into the afternoon, this is when we start to wind down some of this activity. So still some leftover showers by early afternoon. Here's by 2 o'clock. But then we get in a little bit of a break, even see some sunshine through this evening. But again, you see some of these storms popping up off to our north and west. That could continue to bring us the opportunity for some downpours as we go through the rest of the evening. So just have that umbrella on standby and just be weather aware. We look at the estimated rainfall totals with this, and this just gives you a general idea where you see some of the brighter colors indicating off to the north and west. We're expecting some higher amounts there, but if you get under one of those downpours, you could have some localized higher amounts. We look at our high temperatures for today, and because we're going to keep a lot of clouds around with the rain showers, I think temperatures are pretty much staying for most of us in the mid to upper 70s, so it's going to feel much cooler compared to yesterday. Overnight temperatures will be in the upper 60s, low 70s because there's a lot of moisture around from today's showers. We'll have some areas of fog that redevelop, and it's going to be muggy. Then tomorrow, the heat is on. I know it's July. We're used to the heat and humidity at this point, but we do have a heat alert that's going to run tomorrow through Tuesday, and this is for feels like temperatures that could be pushing close to 100 degrees. Tomorrow's high temperatures, upper 80s to the low 90s, except away from the coastline where there's a sea breeze keeping temperatures in the 80s. The peak of the heat and humidity is going to arrive on Tuesday when air temperatures soar into the mid 90s. Will likely still be 90, near 90 on Wednesday. This week, really keeping that humidity around, but I think we're finally going to crack that humidity as we get through late Thursday and into Friday. It's definitely going to feel more comfortable as we welcome August. Look at those temperatures, upper 70s near 80 degrees.